Combustion.
Week 6 of the NFL season is about to conclude. We are still waiting the results of the 2 Monday night, 1 Monday afternoon game, Chiefs, Bills, Cardinals, Cowboys. But from the games that have concluded, there's so many storylines to pull from the Buccaneers showing that they have surrounded the GOAT with the tools needed to add to his legacy, especially on the defensive end, to the Steelers thrashing of the Browns, to King Henry continually carrying the Titans on their undefeated run. And with all of these events are bound to be overreactions and underreactions, and that's what we're about to handle in this video. We'll just get right into it, and we'll start with the Pittsburgh-Cleveland game. This game took place in a year where it feels like no team outside of Chicago and Tampa Bay are really playing defense. The Steelers are also in that elite group, are just averaging 18.8 points per game while scoring 31.2. This is a group that somehow managed to go 8-8 last season with Ben Roethlisberger hurt and a pair of replacement quarterbacks who did a lot more harm than good. And there was a lot of questions surrounding Big Ben himself, maybe outside of the Steelers fan base, if he was still an elite quarterback capable of carrying a championship team. And with Roethlisberger back in peak form, they have shown that they need to be considered as NFL contenders. But are they the NFL's best team to this point? The Ravens and Chiefs each have losses. The Titans, I'm not sure how they did not lose on Sunday, but we'll get to that later. The Seahawks are unbeaten but struggle a lot on defense. And the Packers had a claim before Sunday, but after what happened to them in Tampa, they are no longer as spotless as the Steelers. My verdict on this is overreaction. While the Steelers are certainly Super Bowl contenders, the Super Bowl favorite still has to be the Chiefs. Their weird loss to the Raiders notwithstanding. And because as impressive as Pittsburgh has been, we can absolutely use the "yeah, but who have they played" tag on it. The Cleveland win was a good one, even great, given the ways the Browns have played so far. But the other 4 teams the Steelers have beaten have a combined record of 5-17-1. I'll say this though, right? We're going to get a chance to find out how good the Steelers really are. Pittsburgh's next 2 games are in Tennessee and Baltimore, and it has a trip to Buffalo still left on their schedule. The Devin Bush injury could be a tough one, it's going to be really tough for that great defense to overcome, but they're going to have chances to prove that this isn't an overreaction. Check back with me in a couple of weeks. The Patriots on Sunday looked like a team that hadn't spent a lot of time together over the past couple of weeks. Outside of Tennessee, no team has endured more coronavirus-related schedule disruptions than New England, and its offense looked woeful in Sunday's 18-12 loss to the Broncos. Cam Newton endured a Mayfield X 4 sacks and 2 interceptions. The team just ran for 117 yards on 25 carries, most of that coming from Newton himself. They managed to score the game's only touchdown, but it wasn't enough to overcome Denver's 6 field goals. As a result, the Patriots are 2-3. Wow, even saying that is weird. This is the first time they've been under 500 at this point in the season since 2002, which was also the last season they failed to win at least 10 games. With all this being said, the Patriots will miss the playoffs. My verdict, overreaction. I might go down with this ship, but I'm not going to believe a Bill Belichick-led team is going to miss the playoffs until I see it happen. 5 of the Patriots' remaining 11 games are against teams that have losing records, including 2 against the Jets. This new offense, built around the run, with the quarterback as one of the most dangerous running threats, can still work the way it did earlier in the season. And the AFC field looks brutal, but it's way too soon to write off this team. Man, that game was amazing. First of all, before we even get into this, that game was one of the best games I've seen this season. It was very much a pleasure to watch. But how did Tennessee win Sunday? They were down 36-29 with 150 left in the game. The Titans went 76 yards in 9 plays for the tying score, and they won the overtime coin toss and then went 82 yards in 6 plays for the winner. Amazing. Tennessee's offense rolled up an astounding 601 yards, and this was in large part due to King Henry, who himself rushed for 212 yards. But a lot of the discussion in this game is centered around Tannehill. Tannehill went 30 for 41 for 364 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's a performance that can't easily be overlooked. So now they are bursted onto an undefeated record and are looking like and playing like a juggernaut. But it's just so weird to see Super Bowl contender and Tennessee Titans in the same sentence. But until further proof, I will have to say that is the correct verdict, not an overreaction. But to Tannehill being on the MVP discussion, that is also not an overreaction. Henry was on the team before Tannehill was, but the midseason switch last season from Mariota to Tannehill changed everything in Tennessee. The Titans are 14-4 with Tannehill as their starting quarterback, and he entered Sunday 4th in the league in total QBR behind only MVP candidates Rodgers, Mahomes, and Allen. His team is also 5-0. Now, it's possible that there is a lot of people like me who still believe this all to be a fluke, that this all cannot be possible, that we must be living in some 2020 type of alternate reality. But we cannot ignore what has actually happened before our eyes. Tannehill is a legit candidate for MVP, especially as long as his team keeps winning, and the Titans have given us no reason yet this season to say that they are not contenders in the AFC. Chicago won again on Sunday, ending Carolina's 3-game winning streak with a 23-16 road victory. That put the Bears ahead of the Packers, who have played one fewer game in the NFC North. I'll say that again, the Bears are first in the NFC North. They don't have any MVP candidates on offense, though Allen Robinson's value at wide receiver should not be overlooked. But their defense sure does make life miserable on opposing quarterbacks and by extension opposing offenses. The question is, can the Bears defense carry them to the playoffs? Yes, they can. Definitely not an overreaction. Carolina had more yards, more first downs, and more time of possession than Chicago. But the Panthers turned it over 3 times while the Bears did it only once. And that's the difference. It was just 2 years ago that a monster Bears defense carried the team to a postseason with a 12-4 record. And while this unit might not exactly measure up to that one, is doing enough in a no-defense league to stand out. The early contenders for the 7-team NFC playoff field include Green Bay, New Orleans, Tampa Bay, Seattle, Los Angeles, maybe Arizona, maybe Carolina, and whichever team limps out of the NFC East. Bears, who are 5-1, have a better record than any of those teams besides Seattle. Winning ugly can keep them in this game. I have for you today. Stay tuned for other NFL content, other NBA contests. Like, subscribe if you like this stuff. Yeah, be safe. See you later.